doing well during this very difficult time of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I just want to say welcome to CAFTA Co. If you are not aware of what CAFTA Co stands for, it means Create Awareness for the Arts Company. And my name is Wiaam Jacobs. I'm one of the founding members of CAFTA Co. Today's vlog is just going to be about you as the audience getting to know me and my craft and my background in my craft and why I believe in this company so much. So yeah, stay tuned and I really hope you enjoy this video. But before we get to that, please, I would really appreciate it if you could just join our Create Awareness for the Arts community. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, through any point in this video, please feel free to press the like button. Drop a comment below as well. Let us know what your thoughts on this video are. Let us know what your craft is about and it's about. Yeah. Anyway, let us know what your craft is about. And yeah, super excited for this video. Okay, so you guys are just going to get to know me on a personal level right now. So for those of you who are unaware, my name is Wiaam Jacobs. I am originally from Brackenfell, but I've been all over the place. So I've lived a bit in Hedeveld, I've lived a bit in Rylands, but originally from Brackenfell. At the moment, I am situated in the Rondebosch area because I have my own place there and it's close to the university I go to, which is UCT. And at UCT, I study applied pedagogy, which is basically teaching. So hopefully by the end of this whole process I'll be able to teach dance and a bit of drama because the drama and the dance department have merged. Good times. What else? I'm very interested in everything revolving around art, so I listen to different genres of music, whether it be instrumentals or pop or trap or whatever the case may be. I do enjoy drawing, even though I really suck at it. Dance, if you don't know me, dance is a very big part of my life. I'm terrible at acting, but that is definitely something I would like to develop going forward, because as a dancer, you need to express yourself and things, and I suck with facial expressions. Like my facial expressions are terrible. Sometimes I just have like a blank face when I dance, and other times I don't know, like I feel it too much and I end up frowning. So yeah, but other than that, I feel like I'm like anyone else. So I watch lots of series, lots of movies. I like just getting some fresh air and sitting outside in the sun, because vitamin D is very good for you, especially for me because I have like psoriasis, and without vitamin D, everything is just like terrible. I have a sister, her and I are quite close. She's also very into photography and stuff, so sometimes I take advantage of her. Shout out to Inam for taking all my photos. And yeah, I don't think there's like anything else that's quite interesting about me on a personal level. Okay, so I'm supposed to talk about my craft. So for those of you who are really interested in dance, just know that I love dance. Dance is the craft I am currently developing. I got into dance around the age of 4, where I was introduced to ballet. And like any other, well, not any other little girl, but as a young girl, I would really enjoy like watching those like typical Barbie movies and stuff, and Barbie busy doing her thing with her ballet shoes and stuff. And then my mom was like, you know what, let's just put you into ballet classes. And the genre here in the northern suburbs is quite dominant. Do not ask me why, I have no idea why. probably do know why, but this isn't the vlog for that. Very dominant here in the northern suburbs. So I did ballet from the age of 4, and then when I was in grade 1, obviously I had to change ballet teachers because I don't know why. So from grade 1 up until grade 5, the middle of grade 5, I was still doing ballet, but I wasn't enjoying it as much because I felt that everything was just very upright and rigid, and there was a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. And I'm very competitive, so if I see someone else, well, at that stage in my life, when I saw someone else doing like these really big things, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, but I'm still here, and I was very frustrated as a little Wiaam, just trying to figure out what ballet is about and so forth. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy it, and I also felt like the kind of how do I put this? And then from about grade 6 to beginning of grade 8, I just stopped dancing as I wasn't really interested in it anymore. And then in grade 8 we moved, went to another school. I'm not going to mention the school's names and stuff. Went to another school, and then it was an arts-based school, and you could basically choose like your craft, like your major kind of thing. And then I chose visual arts because at the time I was really interested in like drawing and stuff, and I got in for the visual arts thing. Then I saw a couple of people dancing in the studio, and I was like, oh wow, there's dance here. And then literally on the last minute, I'm not even lying, on the last minute I ran into the studio and I was, can I like change my like major thing? And she was like, yeah, sure, but what background do you have? And I told her I had a ballet background, and she was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, we can see like how it goes and stuff. And then I changed to ballet. I mean dance, why am I saying ballet? I should just stop saying ballet. To dance the very last minute. So in grade 8, grade 8 was like a whole roller coaster, because coming from the northern suburbs, that was like very like ballet was very dominant in the northern suburbs, and then going to the southern suburbs, ballet was also quite dominant, but contemporary dance was more dominant than what ballet is. And I was introduced to contemporary dance, and I was like, what is this? And for some reason it just like, it felt right. I felt like contemporary dance felt better on my body than what ballet did. And yeah, but it was also quite intimidating because the people that I was in grade 8 with belonged to like companies, and they have like really like been training in ballet, and like all of them had like their point shoes already. And I was so confused because like the ballet school that I went to previously, like they took forever for the students to get onto points. Like some of them were only like maybe 16, 17, 18 when they got onto points. I mean, I know a friend that turned 18 and she still wasn't on point shoes at that studio. So I was just like, I was very overwhelmed because the people could do like hip-hop and contemporary and ballet, and they were just so good at everything that they did. And it just like, I don't know, like it made me feel like quite insecure. But at the same time, the teacher that I had, she was quite cool because she was like, look, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people, but also you should be developing your craft and things. So if you see that someone is like so versatile and stuff, you know what, choose a genre and like start developing that genre. So I would go for like lots and lots of extra classes for ballet as well as contemporary, and I would be staying like after school and stuff. But yeah, my grade 8 year was a very difficult year for me. I went through a lot of personal things, a lot of things that really broke me down emotionally and so forth. I'm not really going to go into that. But because of everything I went through, I don't know, like I just stopped enjoying dance and stuff. Didn't dance anymore. And then I moved to a different school, And funny enough, when I moved, the dance teacher at the previous school was like, oh, you do know they have like really good dance teachers and stuff there. And then I told her I really wasn't interested in dance. I'm just going to focus on academics and stuff when I go there and stuff. And then ironically, when I moved to the different school, the structure was completely different to the previous school, because the structure was more of sports, academic, everything in the middle, and at the bottom the arts. The school that I went to before that, it was like the arts, academics, and sports. So going to the school that I went to, just really concentrated on academics and so forth, and that went well. I mean, I didn't even know what the hell an E1 class was until I went there. So yeah, that was that. Wasn't really interested in dance and stuff, but then we had like an arts and culture period and stuff, and this was like grade 9. And then we were asked to do such like basic things, like super basic things. They would be like choose like action words, like sport action words, and just do them, put them into a sequence and stuff. And that was so different to what I was doing previously, because I mean, there we would spend 2 to 3 periods a day just developing like our craft and stuff, like, so it was very different. And then the teacher that was there, I think she was pregnant or something, and then she left, and then we had another substitute teacher come in, and we had an exam going on. We had like, you know those grade 9 exams when they make you all stand in the row, and then you're just supposed to do what you've been taught and stuff. And then we did that, and then she looked at me and she was like, are you a dancer? It was weird because I didn't identify as a dancer. Anyway, I ended up saying yes and stuff, and she spoke to me, and from there I felt like everything just like started changing and stuff. I was invited by like grade 10s, 11s, and 12s to be like in the choreographies and so forth, and from there I was part of a Stedfords and things like that. And during that point in my life, I felt like dance had a completely different meaning, because this time, instead of like being something that I just do for like recreational purposes, it ended up being something therapeutic, where I was able to like express myself and things, and it just came in so many different like forms and functions, other than like for recreational purposes. And I really felt like the teachers and the mentors that I had at that school in dance really built me and helped me become the person that I am today. Because I mean, if I didn't have those 2 individuals in my life, well, actually three, yeah, 3 individuals in my lives. I hope you know who you are. I'm not going to mention any names. I don't think I would have pursued dance today. Yeah, so that's that. The journey from how I got introduced to dance, to how I disliked dance, to how I didn't understand the purpose of it, to how I found dance again, was an entire journey on its own. And then it is important to note that when I transferred schools, I was more academic focused and stuff, and then I ended up falling into that whole thing where only science and math would be able to take you somewhere. That whole thing that everyone has got going on and stuff, that is very dominant, especially in the northern suburbs, because some people assume that if you're not going to pursue anything that has to do with math and science, that you are going nowhere. So yeah, and then I had a lot of peer pressure coming in from family and stuff, so I ended up taking math ended up taking physics and life sciences, and then there was one spot that was empty, and I was like, you know what, this subject makes me feel really good when I'm there, and I just feel like that's the one place I can be myself. And I ended up choosing dance studies. And funny enough, I was able to do physics and maths and bio and things, but the one thing I really enjoyed and that I was really passionate about was dance studies and like learning the theoretical component of it, and then matching the theoretical component with the practical component, which made the subject make sense as a whole. Yeah, and then in grade 11 I started applying at universities, Stellenbosch, UWC, UCT, Wits, everywhere, and I ended up applying for law, medicine, and then I also wanted to apply for dance. And just the whole journey with my mom especially was like really difficult because she did not want to hear about dance. She just wanted me to make a success out of my life, and it took me a while to kind of open up to her and like let her know, look here, like these typical things that people follow are great, but I'm really passionate about this.